Alright, hey, this is Ben at Suburban Food Farm. Here's another video for our year one care of a multi-grafted tree. So this is a good example. After using the green tape for the grafting in year one, you can see that this branch is heavily girdled. So the green tape was on this branch for far too long, and so that's why you have this massive girdling. The other thing I'll point out is this is part of the main parent tree, which was Prunus ceracifera, the ornamental red-leafed plum. Since we don't need that on our tree, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off now. So that's gone. I'll also show there's another graft that took right here. The branch got awfully heavy, and in a rain and wind event, it actually broke off. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that branch now too. I could graft something else on there, but I've already got 4 varieties on the tree, so I'm going to let that go. So let's go ahead and label. So we're going to go ahead and use our mini blind label with some wire and just attach that on. Leave it plenty big. And just do a little twist there, and that's then our label for this branch. And so that one looks good. So we'll go ahead and shift around and take a look at this one over here now. So you can see how massive this burgundy plum here, this graft just shot off like a cannon. The growth is a little bit too thick, and I want to train this branch to go off in this general direction, more of a radial pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and prune off a few branches now that are sort of growing back towards the center. I'm actually going to take that out right here. There. And this is a little bit dense here as well. I think I'm going to just go ahead and take this off now. So I used burgundy plum as a great pollinator. It's an excellent pollinator. It's what Luther Burbank used for most of his pollination purposes. So this is definitely too crowded, but I'm going to go ahead and let this graft get a lot of energy back to the tree. And so I'm going to clean that up next year. So let's go ahead and here's another one that broke off that did not take. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just remove that there. And then you see I already have a label going on here. So I have a massive donut peach that was also a very successful graft. And then the variety next to it has one that's growing into its space. So again, we're going to remove that one now and also just do a little cleanup on the last little bit of the graft there. But you can see both of these took very, very well. So with the green tape, the goal is to leave that on for typically 6 to 9 months or so, and you want to reapply the labeling. So I use a Sharpie pen on the green tape, but as you can see, this green tape right here, I can't tell what I labeled that, for example. So it's hard. You want to just stay on top of relabeling as needed during the first year, for example. And then you're going to go ahead and apply a more permanent label, which is what you see here. One other thing on this tree then, if we'll just go ahead and take a look down at the base here, is that you'll see there are some shoots, some suckers coming up down low. And so we're going to go ahead and remove those. So you can either do that with your hand or with some pruners, and so you can either just pull those out like so, pull that out, and just stay on top of it. The amount of suckers that you have will depend on the rootstock, but this tree right here, again, it was just an ornamental red leaf plum, and the homeowner wanted to put on several varieties for that extended harvest. So we have a nice radial pattern with 3 main branches on here. I'd prefer maybe 4, but this is what the tree gave us. So we have 3 main branches, this one with 2 varieties, and then 1 variety in the others. You'll notice that most of the grafts are towards the center of the tree and as low as possible. Ideally, I would have liked to have moved this graft maybe down to here and all these over here, but I got 2 on this branch over here, 1 over here, and there was another scheduled to be another one that didn't work out. So ideally it's as low and as central as possible on the entire tree. But as you can see now, we have a tree that has some green leaves with white flowers, we have some red leaves with pink flowers, we have green leaves with pink flowers, green leaves over here with, not quite sure, probably I think this one has white flowers. So a variety of flowers, a variety of foliage, a variety of fruit, and this is going to give our homeowners a lot of curb appeal in their front yard. It's also going to give them months of harvest over the summertime of stone fruit. So we took an ornamental tree and turned it into something highly productive that's still very ornamental and aesthetic. So hopefully that inspires you to get out there and try this out yourself. If not, you can hire a professional in your area. And again, thanks for joining us. I'm Ben at Suburban Food Farm.